What up, guys? Turns out the hurricane did not hit us. And now I have to get rid of all this water. Ugh. Excuse me.
A few moments later.
Alright, that's better. Well, we like to say we weren't really hit by the hurricane, but the truth is we were hit by the hurricane, and things were a little worse than most people think it was. So, check this out.
While Irma closed in on us, she was a Category 5 hurricane with wind speeds exceeding 160 miles per hour. We know this because throughout the day and night, hurricane hunters flew into her checking for this info. Hurricane hunters are specialized airplanes that can withstand hurricane winds and are chock full of instruments to measure the storm. And while Irma went by our island, these aircrafts continually flew in and out of the storm. With the information from these aircrafts, the Dominican Emergency Operations Center issued emergency reports. The previous day, they gradually upgraded nearly the entire island to level red, which basically means everyone get ready for the worst. All of the island's dams were emptied. The truth is the government wanted to play it safe. Better over-prepared than not at all. I mean, with their reputation, can you blame them? Then, at around 2 in the morning of the 7th of September, the first winds hit the Samana Peninsula. Electricity was gone almost at once, with most communities completely isolated. Las Terrenas faced most of the brunt. Fallen trees, roofs blown off, and a swell that damaged the beaches. Now, Punta Cana was pretty close, but it was still spared for the most part, much to the disappointment of some.
Because it's boring. It's kind of boring.
Now, further over in Nagua, while still far from the outer wall, the coastline saw strong winds and high swells. Now for Cabarete in Sosua, let's turn to our reporter on the scene.
Hi everyone, it's Mr. T from Educated Traveler. The hurricane just came through the north coast and caused a bit of damage, but not too bad. We got a lot of wind, a lot of rain, a few trees went down, but apart from that, nothing like the smaller islands out in the Caribbean. Anyway, I'm going to hand it back to Alec. Take care.
Thanks, mate. Now, while the eye wall of the strongest and worst winds and rain were far off the coast, all along the coastline all the way to Puerto Plata, the high swells and winds and rain caused some damages. More inland, the biggest damage came also from the rain. While nothing that hadn't been seen before, it did flood low-lying areas, and trees fell on cables, and a few communities were cut off from the outside world for a few hours. Very little happened in the actual capital, Santo Domingo. Some clouds, some rain, but mostly it was a cloudy day, like any other cloudy day. And this reporter ended up being seriously overdressed. Now down south, Barahona and the rest of the south was possibly the most spared area. Now Haiti is a different story. Let's remember, the nation had been hit by another storm almost exactly a year ago, so the local farmers had but a year to recover and regrow their crops, just in time to lose it all again to Irma. Farmers lost everything, and communities were disconnected from the outside world. And almost on the same day, the government announced a tax hike. The response to that was,
I'm here live, in the midst of things. You see this? It's real. This is Haiti. They're throwing gas bombs. This cannot go on, my people.
Now for the good news. On both sides, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, help sprang into action and reconstruction efforts are underway. Since the damages weren't that extremely extensive, there was enough help to go around. And in both countries, people are recuperating. For now. At least until the next big one hits us. Because they're coming. They're coming. Oh boy, are they ever coming.
So much water. Thanks, guys, for watching this episode. Hopefully that gave you a general idea of what the situation was actually like here on the island. Thanks a lot also to everybody who actually shot these videos. We try to give credit where credit is due, so in case we forgot anybody, just let us know. And here's a preview for the next episode. Now, excuse me as I get back to finishing up all this water. Wait a minute, I don't need to get rid of all the water right now. I could just leave it for later. And, use it up over time. I should have thought of that before I started using up all the toilet paper. Ugh.